help him. Thank you.
All right. Mato, a minute to reply because I really want to have Stella. Mumemunyakulia na time yake wacha tu. But anyway, Mato, you are saying something about Mulu Mutisia, about Paul Gay. I have no clue about them. Please tell us. What were you saying?
I was trying, the problem that I normally have there, and I'm so sorry anyway, tukomwaka mpya na tuambiane ukweli. You have in these channels that we have hata kule tunakuaga, some people come in with some facts that are not facts, and I'm a factual person. When it comes to math, maze nitakuchapia math, kama ni fact nitakuchapia fact, and I have my research, and not even research, some things are personal. Now, when you find some people talk about like Kalonzo never met Paul Ngei, I personally growing up as a kid, the Mutungas of the day, the Mulinges of the day, I won't say who Mulinge is me. I mean, he's but General Mulinge and things like that. I've seen them shaking hands, not even shaking hands, hanging out with us when we were kids. The Mutunga, Paul Ngei, all of them, even Gilu. Gilu, yes. I mean, she's my auntie. Even today, we talk almost every day. So when you have someone coming here, and I know Gilu will not be happy at Kiskeikitu, but it's just because, yes, she's my auntie at Anikasirikia, but that's fine. You see, when you hear people coming here and giving wrong information, Mr. Jake, that is where I have a problem. Where people give wrong information and make people want to believe that that is the right information. And it's not the right information. It is so wrong, that is so bad that mtu mwenye ako pale ni kama mtu analisha ng'ombe. Alafu unaona mtu analisha ng'ombe, amelisha ng'ombe, mtu anakuja na kuambia ulikuwa unalisha ng'ombe ya white. Ni anajua ng'ombe ilikuwa ya brown. So that's the thing that I'm asking Jake in our sister show here. I want you to be to tell people to be realistic na wasikue tu mtu anarusha tu maneno. Talk about realistic things.
No, this is realistic.
Because it's very insulting.
Murumutise was used by Moi to finish Paul Gay. Murumutise is the one who brought Nani.
Who told you?
Ruto, where did we go that far? But
who told you that?
I know that. Google it.
Do I have to Google?
Ladies and gentlemen,
people that I know.
Kenyan is love.
I never say anything positive about Raila Odinga. At least Raila Odinga went and helped.
Okay, let me just finish. Let me be. Wacha, unajua nimekuja hapa nitasumbua Jake. Na sitaki kusumbua Jake. Jake is a good man. Facts. Jake, let's talk about facts. Let's not just talk about vitu mtu alisikia kutoka mahali. And I love coming here. This is our channel within here. Lakini vitu kama unataka kupata kitu ya ukweli, you can go with your dreams and everything and what you've dreamt in your night ukiwa umelala and find whatever you think you found. But the right things and the true things, Jake, is what we need to do. All of us. Mimi nasemanga heri Jake, kama najua mama yako anaitwa Edith ama anaitwa nani, sasa mimi sifai kuingilia hiyo story. Unaona? Hiyo ni story yako. So let's research. By the time hata tunakuja kwa show, unajua tunapenda hizo show zote. Hata mimi nikikuja hapa napendanga kuja sasa, at least na educate mtu pia, mimi na educatiwa. Lakini tuache propaganda za itumbi bwana, tuachane nazo. Thank you.
Sawa. All right. Now, Stella, Pole, I had posed a question to you, and these guys wametifuana kiasi. But my question to you, I don't know if you remember, but with all this, where does LSK sit and the judges? Despite them calling for protest and maandamano, are they afraid?
We are on the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we are seeing if we have our judges and our judicial officers being threatened, that
Mm-hmm.
means we are going to be a gorilla country where
Republic.
people public, yes, or we can be a banana republic like Haiti. We can be a banana republic like Libya, where laws, where people can to put laws. We'll have people intimidating SARS. We'll have even us wananchi being kind of, you see, like this tax regime. And I told you, Jakes, every time us in Kenya here, we sleep tomorrow morning, the first thing you see in your Twitter, the thing you see in your LinkedIn, the first thing you see in the newspaper is a tax here, tax there, tax here. Remember, Jakes, this tax when they are being raised, remember this money is not even developing our country. It goes to these tumbocrats, and you know who the tumbocrats is. We cannot have a president where you have laws being put, then you cannot even defend your own citizens who put you in that office. Where you have people like CS, you have people they put every time we'll see it's a legal notice from here to there to, it is tax from every. Now, if we have people like the judiciary, we see even we even will be in fear, because let's assume like right now, this matter by Jan 26, it is going to the appeal. So what happens? Remember, when it goes to appeal, it sits with a 5-man bench. Now you see, because you see, it should have an odd number. You see, others they would say that we agree, others they will say they will not agree. Like you see that even number. Then let's assume that the judiciary goes through that process of the appeal, then it goes to the favor of a mwananchi. What happens to that judge? That judge will have a phone call, and I told you, Jakes, this thing is about a phone call. This thing is a phone call. Because this judge atakuwa compromised, aulizwe aje, yani ilifika umeniruka hivyo nini. So there is a way atakuwa inaitwa witch hunt. And there is an example I can give you, the one for the Aror Kimwerel issue, the one for Henry K. He was thrown under the bus during the past regime. Then what happens when Ruto goes to the state? It's called what? The time when he was addressing the state, he was asked by some Gituko. The Aror Kimwerel issue, all of a sudden it has been there for 3 years. Then it went silent. Why? Do you know what he said? This matter was a fraud. Jake, remember Nani was vice president. When the Aror Kimwere issue, he's the one, he was there saying that there is impunity at the CSs in the finance. These people have to go through, they have to be arrested. Remember, by that time, he was the deputy president. Jake, sebu jiulize, after 3 years, leo ndo umejua hiyo ni nini, hiyo ndio ilikuwa fraud. And I told you the time when the judiciary was giving out the ruling or the judgment of the day, what did the judge say? That she's very disappointed that the process of the judiciary has been abused and time being wasted and taxpayers' money being misused. Why? Because the parameters in the government, from the DPP, the DCI, and the EACC never even bothered to come up with their proof or to never even come up with their findings. So that means even parameters akina DCI, EACC, also them, they are being threatened. Remember, even then, they will need the support of the judiciary. If someone like Nurdin Hadi was removed from his office, being given another office, because someone knew that if Nurdin Hadi would have gone deeper, the people who are in this team right now, there is so much scam. There's so much scam that the DPP can anika watu. This guy anaitangwa na huyu wa EACC, this general, what's his name, whatever, he was a former army, and he said that he cannot be intimidated, and he has very strong files of showing how some institution, how high-end corrupt people in this government till to date, they're still extorting money from investors so that they can certify themselves. Remember, even the EACC will need the support of the judiciary. But you see, someone has a phone call, threatens this guy. He's being told, you know, you have only remained with 1 year. If you don't make my wishes to be fulfilled before your retirement, I am going to do what? I am going to destroy you. He said it like that. So let me ask you, Jake.
Karangi?
If LSK, no, it was not Karangi. There was this a ruthless guy. He was called who? I've forgotten. Alikuanga wa polisi. Before Nani, anaitwa, who is our IG? Koome. Before Nani, before Koome, there was a certain IG. I can't remember his name. Actually, I'm not good with the names.
Mutembei.
Wachana na
Mutembei.
No. There's this one when there was a Nini, there was a terrorist on your Lingia Westgate.
Oh, sorry.
Sieke, the governor.
Sieke guy. That this person also threatened. He also threatened his own people in the National Police Service, where it has even this parameter kama DCI, EACC, Interpol. Even there was this issue for the drug issue, where a certain MP was implicated with the drug issue. And this drug issue ndio ilituma akina someone like Saitoti and Ojode wakufe. Anyway, I don't want to go to that story because I don't want to deviate. Sasa Jakes, ona sasa kwenye judiciary imefikia. If they can threaten people like LSK, and you need such people, even the civil society, so that you can default the government, so that the rules of law which have been made in this land, it has to be followed by the book. Yeah? Okay. And I don't understand why we should have illiterates who are almost 300 or 400 making stupid laws which do not pass. If you check some other laws which are so very paramount from mwananchi mwenyewe. For example, kama ni for nini issue about two-third gender, hiyo kitu ijawahi pitishwa. Okay, tuangalie maneno, kulikuwa na kitu ilikuwa inatangwa UHC. That thing has never been put. But these people, they come with stupid laws. And yet they are not even checking their 3 things in the lives of a hustler or a mwananchi. Hierarchy of needs, from food, shelter, and clothing. Because if one certain MP would go and raise that thing, what happens? We have someone who Watengula will say that thing is not in the order paper. Jake, wacha nikwambie, I have friends in parliament na wanakuanga wanafanya kazi ya legal drafting. Ikifika legal drafting na wakati kuna kitu inaitangwa Hansard. So Hansard today, Jakes, today we are going to talk about what? How to control maybe inaitagwaje? Maybe healthy inaitagwaje kama hii anakumicha. Health.
SHIF.
No, there is this one for UHC, universal health care. So now universal, it comes with very whatever. Now, if we come with that issue, a certain MP somewhere comes with that because he knows that you need a healthy nation to run this country. The person when you get your Hansard ama order paper, he's given 10,000 or 5,000 shillings anamwambia ati usiweke hiyo kitu kwa Hansard, iweke huko nyuma. So Jake, everything from this government is threatening. Now I'm telling you, we'll go back to the time of Moi, where some people who are siding with the hustler, they will start disappearing. And it would be so surprising kujua ni nani amemwafanya mtu disappear. Anyway, I don't want to dwell with so much story about Nini, but what I'm trying to tell you, we've been compromised. It's got to be on us. The only thing I can say that whoever my friend was saying, we need to have an affirmative action. If you know that your MP anakuja nyumbani hiyo siku, mutoboe hizo mguu gari zote. Mutoboe mpaka nini? Umweke hostage. Umwambie wewe ndio umetuma na kitu ikuwe ngumu. But that is the way how people were acting in Ukraine before they began. Yes, we have affirmative action. MP yako hiyo kuja wakati wa harambee. Hiyo pesa ataokoa, lakini make sure asiende nyumbani. Na hiyo helicopter analeta hapo, make sure asiingie, mumweke on day that he's going to be frog marched. Jaribu yani, let me tell you, Jakes, we are suffering here. We are suffering. Me, if I tell you my own MP, he cannot even see, because where I live, we are having small issues. Kids cannot go to school from Monday because parents cannot find 6,000 to 11,000 kupeleka watoto, because this stupid MP walitoa nini ya free education and walikuwa na subsidies ya 7,000. And I told you, Jakes, Nini, this government has enough money to sustain what we need. If we see our own governor, aezi tumia 1%, utengeneza hata an extra stream ya shule. At least hata hiyo 1%. We're not talking 1% of a million shillings. This is a billion. How many schools are there in Nairobi? And make sure that each and every child kwa hii constituency, at least ameenda amepatiana hiyo pesa ya sababu, hata kama ni 3,000, alafu mzazi aende atafute 4,000. I am telling you, Jake, we need to hold affirmative action. When your MP comes on your constituency, hold him on the ground. Make sure asirudi Nairobi. Arudi Nairobi akiogopa.
Sawa, shikilia hapo kidogo.
You see, Jake, kidogo tu, brother. Unajua, unaona sasa mali nilikuwa nikisema, umeona huyu sister yangu mali ameenda. Even though hatukuwa tunakubaliana in the first time, umesikia mali ameenda. Hiyo ndio mali wa Kenya wako. Let me tell you, Jake, people are not playing games with the MPs. Ati mnaenda pale mnatuambia umeka laws na nini. That is what my sister is telling you, and she's coming hard. And she's telling you exactly what it is as our biggest moderator for EV. She's telling you that Wakenya hataki mchezo. Ulioneo tingatinga ilifukuzwa leo Nyeri na zile zingine zilichomwa. Watu hataki mchezo bwana. Tumechoka. Na haijalishi kama wewe ni UDA ama wewe ni Azimio. Round hii watu wanasema, unajua nini, we are not going to play that, we are going to play as Kenyans. We don't even care about if we are kama mimi ni Mkamba, mwingine ni nini. We don't even care about that. Right now mali imefika, Jake, we have bad governance. And unless we sit down and say we have bad governance, there's 250 something watu wameshikiwa Nyeri saizi. Wako huko because they were going to Mainanjenga. I don't know when the last time you know story ya Mungiki, but anyway, whatever, wanaitwa Mungiki. Wameshikiwa huko hivyo, wamekalishwa pamoja. Cell ni moja. Wamama, watoto, kila mtu wamekuwa kitu moja. This is not the country that we want. Yes, tunaongeanga kutoka mbali because kina Tomboya went to speak from far away to come and bring actually to bring the governance in our country. I don't care if you're a Kikuyu. I don't care if you are a what. Jake, but that is Jake uliza we ni kabila gani, hata sijaijua. You're my friend. You see, It never
And
matters. It's just mina kuitaga tu bro. And that's the whole thing that our sister is trying to tell you here. That there's come a time that we don't care about if you are a Kamba, if you are a whatever, but and we don't care about if you like the law of the land or you don't like the law of the land. We're going to take the law of the land na tutatembea sisi wote. If I don't need to speed kutoka Kirinyaga ama kutoka Kisumu, I don't need to be doing 80 miles an hour or 80 kilometers an hour. That is the law of the land. That is what we have to do. Now, if Mother Koome and you're the president, and Mother Koome is telling people, you don't have to do, you cannot do this. This is the law and this is the constitution. This is what the constitution says. So now sasa tunaanza kupigana hapa ati kwa sababu wewe ukubaliani na sisi, hii constitution yetu tunaweka kando, ni venye tutakubaliana. Then si turudi tu ushago, twende. Kama ni mtu wa kuua mtu, mimi ukikanyaga kwa land yangu mimi nitakuchapa, nikuchape hapo na please usinipeleke koti. Basically, that is where we are. Do we have strategic and do we have where that hata ukipelekwa koti, like most of the people that are rotting in the in the courts, kama sasa now the Nyaga, Nyeri guys, kama hao unaweza waambia wamefanya makosa gani? Kama mtu hawezi tembea, you have no freedom of association, which is actually in our chapter 6 and chapter 1. So you see where we are having a problem with our country, where we find a dictator wanting to do everything. And Uhuru never did those things, even though yes, Uhuru was not perfect. And so Kenyans need to understand that. Hata ndio maana dola imepotea.
Well, Makiadi, let me come to you, then I'll come to Ashley. Makiadi.
Wait, Jex, man. Jex, what hata mimi niseme kitu. Wacha kidogo. Hold on. Pause it. Hold on.
Ashi pia amenyamaza sana jameni.
Wacha kidogo na I'm very brief. I'll be very brief. I'm always brief.
Then Ashley.
I'll be brief.
But one moment, one minute, Mr. Kenya Rebel.
Okay, thank you. Just to Mato, I appreciate your submission. I enjoy listening to you. Please stop saying that Kenyatta was not this bad. Kenyatta was worse. Worse, and I mean it. WORSE. Worse than Ruto. Ruto had just begun. Kenyatta actually, if you remember, before the election, his coronation actually, Justice Mwita's bodyguard died, was shot. And it happens that after that, Maraga looked very uncomfortable standing up and declaring him president, okay? But anyway, that's not what I wanted to say. Let me go back to what I was, Makiadi was saying and you're actually talking about. Kalonzo Musyoka. Makiadi said that Musyoka, is better than anybody in Kenya Kwanza. That's debatable. Actually, if you look at leadership, regardless of what you think about Ruto, and I didn't support him, I don't support him, I will never support him, because I think him, along with his opposition to Raila Odinga, are colonial puppets. I think Kalonzo is a psychopath. He has never achieved anything in his life. This man came to power because he was handpicked by Moi. And it was Raila himself who actually named him a chameleon. He can't stand on anything. At least Ruto is corrupt, but he stands for something. If you're talking about chapter 6, none of these colonial puppets, whether it's Uhuru, Kenyatta, Ruto, and Raila, should be running for president. They never actually qualified. Chapter 6 in 2013, they were not supposed to be running. They were supposed to be an ICC facing that. So when we start talking about these politicians, we should be very, 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 very clear in our minds. Let's not just choose one better than the other because you are aligned to a certain party affiliation or a certain tribe. All these people are rotten. And you say that just to conclude, when Makiadi said that Raila never had the opportunity to be a president, he did. 2017 he won, 2007 he won, but he refused to take power. We went up there and to undermine and acquire president. And what did he do? He went to the very person who actually was imposing himself to Kenyans, shooting down people to death. So Raila can go to hell. Bye.
Well, Ashley and
but
Julia,
you see the only thing, Nani, please.
Just a moment. Mkenya
Please, kidogo tu, hata ukitaka kunitupa unitupe. Let me ask this guy. What did Kalonzo ever do that actually can be constitutionally taken out? What? Give me one case study that Kalonzo, and not just Kalonzo, I'm not attacking Kalonzo, I'm talking even Mother Karua, and I'm talking even Raila Odinga. One case study that they ever did that actually has made them become people who are not constitutionally right. Just one. I mean, ideology is not a problem.
I'm answering you.
Just give me one.
It's my turn. Yes, Ashley. But yes. Okay, go ahead, Ashley.
It's good that you asked that question about Kalonzo, and I'm not talking about him because of tribe. I like to stand by what Martin Luther said, that we judge people not based on their color, their race, in this case, their tribe, but on their substance. So I am judging him based on substance. And as a leader, there are 4 basic qualities. A purposeful or meaningful message of importance and direction for the future, integrity and trustworthiness, an optimistic viewpoint, and positive actions and results. So when you get a leader and you send him to go and negotiate for you, he cannot come back empty-handed and say that it is a good beginning and that he has signed that resolution, whatever it was, because then he has sold you. Imagine that same person giving him an opportunity to lead a country and having him go.
But my sister, he got you the Ndungu report to be taken out of the.
No. I'm talking about
he
now.
Got you the Ndungu report. He got you the.
No, let me finish, please. Let me state my case for him. As far as, like now, if you're a lady and you're dating somebody and you get married to this person because you love them, and then they change down the road, you cannot keep talking about what they did to you. They bought your gold ring, they gave you a diamond, a big diamond, and then down the line they have become a monster. You are going to judge them on their current or who they are that minute. So right now, I am judging Alonzo from what he did on the latest mission that he was sent to. He came back and he signed it. What he needed to do, due to his integrity and trustworthiness, was put upon him from the whole of us. He wasn't to lead. You cannot come back empty-handed. And you had people.
He never came empty-handed. He came back with the Ndungu report, and he came back with the Truth and Justice Reconciliation report.
That's a lie. That's not true.
Yes, he came with it.
No,
that is what we are talking today.
Jakes, pull it up.
Jesus Christ.
Jakes, pull it up. NADCO had nothing to do with TRGC and Ndungu report. In fact, Nani, Uyu Kalonzo was implicated in Ndungu report for grabbing land. Raila is implicated in Ndungu report, Kenyatta is implicated. So stop it.
I kept quiet. Why don't you hold and let me finish? I won't take long. Yeah. I'm going to tell you the danger of such a leader. Let me tell you the danger of such a leader. These leaders are the ones who are in us. In 2007, in 2017, in the middle of the election, remember I told you once that I was Azimio, and some people say, "Oh, you can't." Yeah, I'd never go on tribe. I was Azimio, and the reason I was in Azimio at that time, I'm going to give you one reason, and that is the danger of having a leader with the characteristics of Kalonzo. The U.S. congressman seeks to stop Kenyan sale of arms deal worth 418 million. Do you know why they were seeking to stop this sale? If you go online and read it, you will find that they were making a deal where Kenya was being sold to arms at twice the amount that another company could have sold them for less. But for some reason, they say the purchase, this is, I'm just quoting. The
Kalonzo never did that. Chesa did it. We know it. Chesa was there.
I don't know what deal, but I'm just saying a deal. What I'm saying is that if you choose people who can sell you out in local politics, when they go on the national scene, these are the people who are costing us money that we are losing, and that's where it is not going to our people. So let us not start. How comes by coincidence the person who is protecting Kalonzo happens to be from his tribe? How? Just come out of your cocoon. Think. Don't just think. Like I'm saying that character is not good in the leader.
My dear, I believe that's why. My dear, I believe that's why the moderator is actually allowing me to say that, because yes, I've been not even here. He knows where I've been hit hard about just because I'm a Kamba. And by the way, I'm a Kamba Maasai. Mimi babangu ni Masai. Mamangu ndo. Hold on kidogo. Hold on. Mamangu ni Mkamba. Lakini, you see, the moderator of this show knows me very well. Knows that I'm very heat when I come to talk about matters Kamba. So sometimes I stay away from matters Kamba when we talk about politics, because everybody will tell me, oh, Kalonzo ni watu wenyu, sijui you are what, and that is not what I'm all about. I ain't anything about Kambas. I ain't about anything. I know I'm a Kamba, yes, and I know I'm a Maasai. But the problem that we do have in our country is the fact that just because you're a Kikuyu, everybody thinks that you're going up, you're going to defend Uhuru.
Yeah.
Just the fact that you're a Kisi, you're going to defend Simba Arati, just because you're a, whatever. So, and that is the biggest problem that we do have in our country, because at times when I tell people, and I've been in this industry for a long time, the moderator here will tell you that I've been a moderator right here before him, and I've been a moderator on other sides. But what I try to tell people is that trying to lie to people that just because you're a Kamba now you're inclined towards your people. First of all, me, I'm the one person that I've always said like Sonko need to go to jail because he's a convicted criminal. When I say those things, people ask me, why? Why do you think that Sonko, he's your tribesman? And I'm like, I'm not tribesman of anybody. You see?
Thank you,
so
Matthew.
that is where we need to first of all start. If we start at that point, then we can move on to doing something that is better. Whether it's in Mutembei, whether it's in Africa, or whether it's in also the other side. I can say that other side because I'm a part of this too. And I was part of this a long time ago. But we are all family. Yeah.
That is true. And we have to unite. And I think the reason we find a common ground, because I think all people on this show, most of them, if not all, have countries find a common ground. Leaders who make up 1% are not going to take advantage of us and misuse us.
I don't know. Sauti yako inangorota. Sijui kama ni net ama ni what could be the challenge? You're breaking. But anyway, I want to give you a minute to summarize. Then I'll have Julia come in. Are you okay now?
Yeah, it's unfair because I have been interrupted, so I have barely said anything.
But summarize so that I can have more, and because you could have done around 6 hours of this show. But go ahead.
So I was going to say that I'm not attacking him as a person. I'm attacking that character of giving in and accepting less than. If we look at Niger, the reason they were able to overcome the French, when the French say they are not leaving, they held their ground. They said, okay, if you're not leaving, they surrounded the place, they let them stay in there, they knew the food was going to run out and they were going to leave. And that is exactly what happened. They did not give in, they did not come halfway. When something is very substantial, I think we need to hold our ground, and we need leaders that have the character to go all the way through. When we have maandamano, we cannot do them halfway, stop and lose people, and then it doesn't make sense that maandamano, and the end of the day, it doesn't make sense that we did it, because all the things that Kalonzo came back with are things that Ruto had offered to them even before the maandamano. So what was the need of losing those people? Why couldn't they just take it at the beginning? So what was the need of the maandamano? What is the need of this maandamano if they are going to go, and then once 2 or 3 people or 10 people or 15 or 20 or 100 are killed, they say now we have to go back, we can't continue because people are getting killed. If every time you go people get killed, why do you keep going? How can you keep hitting your head on the wall expecting a different outcome if you're not changing anything about what you're doing?
Who's Ruto to give me anything if I have the constitution? Who's Ruto to give me anything? Do I have to bow to Ruto?
I don't know what you're asking, but I'm saying if they are doing the wrong thing, we have to come together, we have to unite, and we have to use our power to demand service from them and to make them fear us. As Stella said, they have to fear us. If we need to, they need to be afraid of us. Until they are afraid of us, they will not do what they are supposed to do for us.
All right. Fantastic. You guys mnawasha moto mpaka kuna venye kiti changu kenye nimekalia chenyewe pia ni kimoto. Julia, good to see you. I hope you're well. Happy New Year to you. Welcome to this show. I don't know what is your take on what we have discussed. I saw you earlier. I know you have been listening in, but what do you make of Ruto's stand with judiciary and among many other topics we have discussed? What is your remark? I'm sure you have a lot to equally say.
Okay, asante Jake. Good to see everyone. Happy New Year. Naona watu wale wamehamia hapa. Nimeona Mato. I had Makiadi was here. I'm using my phone, so is Makiadi still here? And everybody else.
Makiadi is in. Yeah, everyone else is in.
Makiadi, hapa ndio ulihamia nimekuona.
My sister Julia, Happy New Year to you.
Habari yako Julie.
Hata Penny wewe ndio unatetea, bado unatetea Ruto.
Huko nyumba yako ulinifungia. Ukutaka niingie nyumbani.
Mimi sijafungia kwa sinanga.
Tuache vita tuendelee kidogo. Yes Julia, go ahead.
I think Ruto is, I'm not surprised. I'm even wondering why sometimes we find ourselves whining. In Mount Kenya, we say that maembe hayanguki mbali na mti wa muembe. Now, that is character of Ruto. He's a fruit of Moi. He's Moi like kind of a character. And those dictatorial tendencies zimetoka kwa Moi. Hata nimeshangaa kuna mtu na compare Baba na Ruto. Who is that guy who was comparing Baba and Ruto here? And he even said that Uhuru's reign was worse. Listen, hata wewe mwenye amesema sijui anaitwa nani mwenye amesema hivyo.
Raila is a con man. He has been calling you for a long time.
Can you allow her to submit? I'll give you time to battle.
It is a bad manners to disrupt somebody when they are talking. Now, I want to say that all of us here, tukichunguzana, I'm not sure that everybody here will pass the integrity test. Hata kuna watu wamekuwa kibiana huko nyumbani. I mean, so when we look at all these politicians, I think each one of them, there is something we can say about them that is not positive. Or a lot we can say. But if you ask Kenyans what they have gone through in the reign of Jomo Kenyatta, in the reign of Moi, in the reign of Kibaki, in the reign of Uhuru Kenyatta, and what they are going through now, it is not even 2 years, and Kenyans want to kill themselves. Because of the style of leadership that Ruto is perpetrating in the country. So doesn't hata kama wewe ni baba mzuri hata ama umeokoka mkaokokea binguni na watoto wako hawakuli wakashiba na bibi yako hajavaa, we don't care how righteous you are. that person was talking about Uhuru and Raila. What we care is how you benefit your country. So this guy has run down the country in less than 2 years. So he has run down the country in less than 2 years. Now, badala arekebishe, he's happy enough that anapelekwa kotini ati judiciary. Just a simple case that Okia Mtoto took to the court. Now, I wonder whether this guy who's defending Ruto is okay with the house levy and the taxes that we have. I mean, taxes, somebody, I think it's Stella who was saying, Kenyans wake up every day to another tax. Those, whether you hate Uhuru or you don't have to like him or love him. We never experienced that in the 10 years of Uhuru. Listen carefully, that guy who is supporting Ruto and comparing him with Uhuru. When we, just 1 year ago, university students were only paying 16,000 Kenya shillings for school fees. And those who were guaranteed of help. Saizi wanalipa pesa ngapi? Mnajua kuna watoto wameitishwa 500. Now, this Ruto went to the university through help. Saizi, he cannot even remember that it is because of help that he went to college. All of us here, everybody is a degree holder and went to a Kenyan university. Tunaweza sema sisi sote tulisoma na help. Hakuna mtu siku hizo mzazi angeweza. And we were called government-sponsored students. Now, how can somebody have the audacity to come in this show and compare Ruto with any other? Ruto cannot even be compared with the devil because he's as wicked as the devil, his father. You can't compare Ruto with any human being. I'm telling you. I will allow you if you start comparing Kebaki and Uhuru and Jomo Kenyatta, and you start ranking them who is good, who is bad. Nitakubali too. I wouldn't mind that. I'll even allow you to start comparing Kalonzo and Uhuru. Like Uhuru is better, and Kalonzo is better or good. You can put one good, the other one better, best, whichever way you want. But Ruto cannot be compared. Ruto is not only a murderer. He is a land grabber. He has grabbed land from innocent Kenyans. Kama Mutesh. Imagine mtu mzima tu ako kwa cheo ya serikali anaendea mwananchi wa kawaida na mchanganya shamba. Now we can talk about so many bad things about Ruto. Now if we decide not to talk about his history, like we want to decide not to talk about his history of the others. Tuangalie hivi sasa mwaka moja in his reign. What are Kenyans going through? We wake up to taxes plus taxes. We wake up to watoto hawaendi shule. We wake up to universities can no longer access help. They cannot even go to school. We wake up to NHIF collapsing. We wake up to people not accessing health services. We wake up to escalating prices of goods and services. We wake up to the escalating loss of the Kenyan shilling to the dollar. Come on. Ni wazimu tu. Hata wale walipigia Ruto kura wa very na Mount Kenya. Saizi, because they are so ashamed and embarrassed, they won't say anything good about him. Watanyamaza tu. So me, I am urging the members of the panelists here. Critically look at Ruto's government. Now, and if you want to talk about personalities, then I think you can also tell us about yourself so that we analyze whether you also pass chapter 6 of the Constitution, because I am not sure we may all pass that chapter 6 of the Constitution. However,
Jakes, allow me to rebut.
I will allow her to finish first.
Okay.
Wait for me to finish talking. Now, we want to talk about during Jomo Kenyatta, nia gani wa Kenya walipitia. Now, when Moi came, what did Kenyans go through? Then we had Kibaki. Now we can ask ourselves, are there any good things we can remember about these regimes? And what are the bad things we remember about these regimes? My conclusion is the danger of Kenyans is having a Kato Rasra being the president. Akona attitude ya Kato Rasri. Asante Jake.
Kenya Rebel, dakika moja.
Okay, thank you, Julia. That's the most concretized nonsense I've ever had in my life. Let's compare the two, okay? Let's compare. The worst president by deeds is Uhuru Kenyatta. We can go back and start with his family, Jomo Kenyatta, who killed most of his political opponents, Pinto Gama, Tom Mboya, and the land that he grabbed. That's number one. let me get to Uhuru Kenyatta, who you are actually praising. And I have no problem if you want to support Uhuru because he's also your fellow Kikuyu. That's okay. That's your democratic right. But don't come here with
Nani,
no.
Mr. Chair, no. I will not
This is
let
not sound
you.
candid. This is not sound candid. This is not
I
sound
know it's
candid.
not some candid talk, but I know Mr. Jake.
Okay, then shut
I know
up.
Mr. Jake. I know Mr.
We
Jake
don't
is
care.
also
This
a
is not.
partner.
No, I don't care if it's a partner.
There's no reason that you could say that Piogama died at the time of any Kenyatta anywhere. Please, let's put
Jakes,
our
this is not sound
Jake.
candid.
Okay.
Let's
No,
I
we
understand,
are supposed
but the
to
truth is the
that.
truth. Jake, Piogama alikufa siku ya Kenyatta.
No, Pinto
Ama
was
alikufa siku
assassinated.
ya Moi.
Should not come here kusema ati ni yeye alimuua. You do not have any proof. Till to date, the
Yes, I
person who
have.
killed Pinto
Take me to court. Sue me. Sue
was
me.
never said by anyone.
Really?
Sue me. Sue me.
Gentlemen,
Okay, let me continue. Let me continue. I haven't finished. Okay.
We are here. We are here. We are not fighting any channel. We are not fighting.
So you're saying. So basically,
Okay, no.
this guy is saying that
No.
Nani
No.
aliua nani?
A moment, everyone. Please, let's debate. Let's debate on matters, on
Okay.
issues, not on.
Lakini tukuwe na fact nani, bro. Tukuwe na fact. Piogama.
Mato, can you be quiet and mute? Can you be quiet and mute? It's my turn.
Dude, you're so mean.
Can you rebel 1 minute then Mato, and then I'll have Stella. I think everyone has something to say. Can you rebel a minute? Say what you're saying without insulting anyone.
I haven't insulted anyone. I've only stated facts. Facts annoy people. Who did I insult?
Go ahead.
Exactly. Thank you. What I was saying is this. We are comparing. Yes, Ruto is on the wrong trajectory as far as economic stuff and him fighting judiciary. This is not uncommon. You can't compare 1.5 years and 10 years of Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta got in illegally. He imposed himself. He wasn't voted in 2017 and even in 2013. Okay, so you want to talk about people who broke the law? Okay, you want to talk about land grabbing? Who is the #1 land grabber in Kenya? You want to talk about people he killed? 2017. How many bodies did he dump in River Yala and the Luos that he killed with Maina Jenga in 2007? We can go back that far. So when somebody comes here and tries to tell us that Uhuru Kenyatta was such a great leader, I think Ruto was the devil. Please think again. I know he's your tribesman, but let's face facts, okay? Kalonzo Musyoka is the most useless politician in the history of Kenya, okay? He has never achieved anything in his life. He's only been a bank carrier for Moi. Even Raila Odinga called him a watermelon because Raila Odinga knows this man is useless. He can't stand on anything. I'm sorry, Mato, he's your tribesman, but he's full of it. Okay, so don't come here with that arrogance that you came from some Soundcard trying to lie to us about the facts.
Okay.
Jake, let me return that. I'll be nice. Let me return that because my name has been mentioned. Please, sir.
Go ahead. Stella, you'll be next. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, let me tell you something. Whatever you think about Kalonzo Musyoka, and whenever you think that Kalonzo is is my village, I don't know, idiot or whatever you want to call him. I think you want to call him idiot. So I'll call him for you. Kalonzo, the village idiot of Ukambani, and the Kalonzo, the village, somebody that does not understand. Let me tell you one thing about the history about Kenya. The history about Kenya, yes, we had good people. Uhuru was not part of it. Uhuru had his father become the grandfather to the kids of his people. Now, I'm talking about Jomo Kenyatta. Jomo Kenyatta became the grandfather to the kids and everything. Kalonzo did his own thing, and Kalonzo is just Kalonzo. He's done his thing, but at least he's been a very diplomatical person. he's done his thing. He doesn't have to be. Even Raila today doesn't have to be. Raila can walk away. And no one will ever, like he's walked away today and everybody wants to find him. Where is he? Why is he not talking? Uhuru is also doing the same thing. Staying away from everything. I mean, he can talk.
Yes.
He can do whatever he wants to do. He can do whatever he wants to do. But the problem is the messed up problem that you guys do not understand is that there's a problem here that we're not even looking at it as Africans, and especially Kenyans from Africa. We're not looking at it as and sometimes I brought this thing somewhere else. I won't say where it is, but where I did that. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter what tribe that you are from, and it doesn't matter anything. What really matters is where are we going? Now you find someone like Uhuru who just really, hata sijui mnamsumbulianga nini. You know, I never liked Uhuru. I think there was a problem. And the biggest problem I can tell you,
He needs to be
was about to be slapped.
jailed and
No,
tortured
hold
to
on.
for natural life.
Daddy, hold on. It's my time. Respect my time. The guy was actually threatened to be slapped if he wanted to go to Ishaweri. And actually, that is not a reported thing. That was something that actually, Mr. Jake, you know, we normally have these videos due to the way we do our things. You know, I can get that video right now and send it to you, and you can play it over here.
I know everyone knows about that, so but go ahead, because I want us to really cover as many of you as possible. Summarize.
So the man. Yeah, let me finish. Due to your respect, Mr. Chair, due to your respect, the man was threatened to even be slapped. That unaenda Ishaweri. You know, I had never even known where Uhuru came from. I didn't even know there's somewhere in Kikuyu land called Ishaweri until I realized that that is what he had said. So the man wanted to let the country move on in peace until he was told he's gonna be slapped. And the person that said it is not that something that hata mtu anaweza nipeleka koti is because this guy was actually it's his what do you call it? It's recorded voice of him saying nilikuwa nimchape kopi. Anasema tutoke hapa tuende wapi. So for him what do you call this? Power was so much for him that he was willing to slap a whole sitting president. That is saying that, hey, I don't think we won this one. It's okay. We can all go to Minas and Ishaweri. I don't know if he was willing to go to Sugoi. You know, so once you look at that whole thing,
I have noted your point. I think I've understood what you are driving at. Allow me to cut you there. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Stella, you are equally raising something. What were you saying?
So, Jake.
Sorry?
Stella.
Can you say that again?
Stella was raising something. That's why I've gone to her. Yes, Stella?
No.
Stella, go ahead.
Oh, okay, Jakes. Now I want to fault Kenya Ribo and whoever is. So now this is the thing with the issue here. I don't know why we are going back from Jomo Kenyatta, from Uhuru, from whoever. That is not the issue we are discussing here. Fine, if you want to talk about Pitongama, he was killed by Uhuru, you do not have the proof. We need to see that proof. We know that the person who killed Pinto Gama, that guy died, and dead man tell no tales. So, Kenya come and tell us, oh, he killed. You do not have any proof. If there are any proof, of that. It should be a dose showing that these people were killed under the government of who, and there was instructions. Same as Moi, same as Guru. And these things are not there. Let's not speak out of speculations, because we are driving this thing on another level. Saying that the guys who were killed in Ilivayala and what, I've emphasized and I said, if you have that proof, and if you have that proof, take it to court so that a dossier can be opened to show that these people were killed under instruction. But don't come here and try and deviate the topic of the day about Ruto and mismanaging the country.
I have the proof and I'm working on it.
It doesn't matter. But
wait on that. Just one moment. We need to go back to the conversation. Ladies and beautiful gentlemen and beautiful ladies.
Under the influence of the certain government, you must go and report so that a dossier can be opened so that they can see who was under whose instruction.